Hi guys, good morning. Let me share my screen. Today what we need to discuss it? Transformation. So before what we discuss it, like how we can connect with SQL server with a table or a select query, we can connect it. All these things we discuss it, right? Now we need to discuss about the transform data. That means when you are connecting with the data, so whatever data we are getting, if you want to do any modifications on that particular data, where you need to go? You need to go to the transform data. Okay. See, if you want to go to the transform data on the home tab itself, there is an option called transform data. Okay. In the home tab, you will see an option called transform data. Understand? So click on the transform data. Okay. Whatever the data sets, you can see it in the model, the same data sets here also. It is available. What data sets you are getting from the data source, those data sets, it is available in the model as well as in the transform data also. Understand? So what data sets we are getting? The same data sets here, see, available. So whichever data set you are selected, that data set data, you can see it in the table format here itself. Understand clearly or not? Suppose you are selecting this orders, okay? Then see orders related data table format, you can see it. So here in this, whenever you click on Power Query, that means transform data, okay? Whenever you click on transform data, a new window will open it. Now, how many windows are there? Two windows. One is model window. Another one is, see, this is a model window and this is the transform data window. There are two windows are available. When you click on transform data, okay, it will open the new window. Understand clearly or not? Understand clearly or not? So now, see here, in this transform data, or else we can call it as Power Query Editor window. Understand or not? See on the top, it will shows like Power Query Editor. Understand? So in this Power Query Editor window, after doing some modifications on that particular data set, again that data set you need to load it into Power BI model only. Understand clearly or not? After doing some modifications on the data set, again you need to load that particular data into the Power BI model. Understand or not? Okay. See here, this we can call it as transform data window or Power Query Editor window. Okay. In this, there is different tabs are available. In each tab, there are different options are available. So in file, you will have close and apply, close, save as, like this. Understand? These options are also, it is available here also. So that's the reason no need to explain separately for file. Okay, in the file, so if you want to save any data, on the left corner you will see save icon, right? By using this we can save the data also. Understand clearly or not? Is it clear or not? Is it clear or not? Okay, so another one is in the home, first option is close and apply. Okay, under this option, how many options are there? Three options: close and apply, and close. So what is apply will do? What is close will do? First of all, close means this Power Query editor window or transform data window will be closed. See here, when I click on this one, see, Power Query editor window is closed or not? So again, if you want to go to the transform data, click on the transform data. Again, it will go to this transform data window. That means in this, the close option is it will close the Power Query editor window or transform data window. Understand? Apply means, see, for example, on this particular data set or on any data set, okay, you are applying some options, transformation options. Like, see, there are so many options are there, like choose columns, remove columns, replace values, sorting a column. In each and every tab, whatever options are there, those are transformation options. Okay, if you apply any transformation option on a particular data set, okay, it won't saved automatically in the Power BI memory. Must and should you need to click on apply. Okay, without apply, the data cannot be saved in the memory. Understand? That means, suppose for example, what I need to do is, suppose for example, I'm applying one transformation option. Like, see here, I'm applying replace value option. Okay, suppose for example, so I want to replace, in place of wherever Canada values are there, in place of that, I want to replace it to CA. See here, wherever Canada is there, it will replace it to CA. This option is applied or not? This option is applied or not? After applying any of the option, must and should you need to save that particular one. Then only that particular data will be saved in the Power BI memory. Otherwise, it is not possible. After applying that, it is automatically, it won't save it. You have to save it. If you want to save it, how you can save it? You have to click on apply. See, click on apply. Once you click on apply, then only the data will be saved. And after saving that, again, you will be there in the transform data window only. Understand clearly? Just it will save the data only. That's it. Understand clearly or not? So suppose, for example, if you are clicking close and apply, what will happen? Close and apply. First, whatever options, transformation options you applied on a particular data set, that it will be saved permanently in the memory. After that, it will close the Power Query editor window or transform data window will be closed. Understand the meaning of this one? Close and apply means first it will save the data in the memory. After that, this Power Query editor window will automatically close. See here, I'm clicking on this one. What will happen? It will close it. It will close the Power Query editor. After that, what will happen? It will save it. See, it will load the data or not. At that, loading the data means is nothing but saving the data in the Power BI memory. First, it will close the Power Query editor window. After that, it will save the data. The memory. Understand or not? Is it clear or not? This is about close and apply. Understand? So these are the three different options for close and apply. Understand? Close means we can close the Power Query editor window or transform data window. If it is apply means, okay, if it is apply means whatever options you applied, that it will save the data permanently in the Power BI memory. If you are not clicking on this one, the data cannot be saved. Understand clearly or not? Close and apply means first it will close the Power Query editor window, and after that, what transformations you applied, those changes will be saved permanently in the Power BI memory. Understand clearly or not? Suppose I have a doubt here. Suppose, for example, I'm applying one of the transformation option. See, like this. I apply this transformation option here. Once I apply it, okay, I didn't click on apply. What I'm clicking on, close. What will happen? It will close it. But here it will ask whether you want to apply changes or discard changes. If I click on discard changes, what will happen? Huh? Whatever options you apply, those will be removed. Understand? Previously, how the data will be there, same like that only it will be there. When you click on apply changes, what will happen? What options you applied, those options need to save it. Here whenever you, without saving that particular one, if you close directly Power Query Editor or transform data window, in the model, definitely it will ask the two options like apply changes or discard changes. If you click on apply changes, those data will be saved. If you are clicking on discard changes, what options you applied, those will be removed. Previously, how the data will be there, that data only it will show it. Understand clearly or not? Understand clearly or not? Suppose if I'm clicking on discard changes, see here. After clicking on discard changes, again go to the transform data. Is that replace value option is applied or not? Huh? No, right? See here, go to the financial data set. See, is that replace option is applied here? No, because it is removed, because we are clicking on discard changes. If you click on apply changes, then the data will be saved. That option will be available here itself. Understand? Whatever options you applied here, all those options in the step wise, it will be saved here itself. Understand? Suppose you applied replace value, that step it is added. If you apply some split column, that step it will, because see, in this particular data set, what steps are applied? In this particular data set, what options are applied? If I want to know by seeing the under the applied step, what steps are there, by seeing that those steps, we can identify what step is applied for that particular data set. Understand or not? So that's the reason, whatever options you applied, for each and every option, one step is added here in this applied steps. Understand or not? Is it clear? Is it clear or not? So now, is it clear for close and apply and close? Any doubts in this one? Okay, next one. What is the next option? New source. What is new source? New source is nothing but connecting to the data source is nothing but new source here. If you want to connect with any of the data source in model, what option is available? If you want to connect with any of the data source in the model, what option is available? Get data, right? In transform data also, we can connect with the data sources. So how you can connect it? By using new source option. Okay, suppose I want to connect with Excel, or else you click on more. Whichever data source you want it, you just need to click on connect. So it is asking the path of the Excel. And just when you select a particular Excel data, Suppose I want to load this particular one and click on. See, when you are connect in particular get data, when you connect with any of the data source after giving a credentials, when the navigator window will open or not? In the navigator window, how many options it will be displayed? 3. What are those? Load, transform data, and cancel. Here, when you are connecting with any of the data source, after coming to the navigator, how many options it will comes? 2. Okay, okay, and cancel. What about the load, transform data? There it is available. Here only 2 options. Because we already in transform data only, right? Why that option is required? Not required, right? So their load, here it is okay. Understand or not? When you in the model, when you connect with any data source, like there are 3 options will comes: load, transform data, and cancel. Here okay and cancel. Load, their load, here it is okay. Understand or not? But transform data is not available here because you are already there in the transform data. That's the reason that option is not available. What is the next option? Cancel. Cancel means this window will be closed. That's it. Understand or not? So this is how you can use this. Understand clearly or not? Is it clear or not? Next one is recent sources. Recent sources we discussed in the model or not? What recent sources will do? Recently, what data sources you connected, it is available there itself. If you want to connect those data sources again, you have to go to the recent sources and select that particular any of the data source, and you can connect to that particular data source again. Understand? So by using this recent sources, if you want to connect any of the data source, just click on that one. You automatically it will connect to that particular data source. If you are not using this option, if you want to connect with new source, again you need to give all the credentials, right? Server name, database name, all these things, right? That's the reason if your data source is available in the recent sources, better to use this option. Understand clearly or not? Next one is enter data. What is enter data will do? Or what is that? Enter data. What is enter data? If you want to create a table in Power BI desktop, you have to use enter data. That means in Power BI, if you want to create a table like columns, rows, everything, if you want to create, can we create it in Power BI desktop or not? Yes, by using enter data option. This is an option. Just by clicking on this option, suppose if your data is available, if your data is available in some other Excel data or some other location, you can copy it and paste it here also. Yesterday I showed you or not? Clearly how we can copy the data from some other location in enter data option, how you can paste it. Okay. So in how you can we modify the cell values or not in enter data? Huh? Can we modify the cell values for the data source related tables? Huh? Do you understand my question or not? Can we modify the cell values in enter data or not? Can we modify the cell values in the data source related tables or not? Then why you are saying yes here? Huh? Listen carefully. Whatever we are explaining, listen. So first of all, immediately when if it is strike, it means it's very difficult. So 2 times when I ask the question, you have to listen and give the answer. Nothing will happen here. We are here only. Okay. So here you need to create the columns, rows, and everything. So that means enter data table, you can modify anything, column modification, cell values modification, anything you can do it. But data source related tables, we can modify it. No, we cannot modify. Yesterday I show you example also, right? Okay, so that is what. So here you can create the tables, and so you have to give the name of the table, what table name it is there, and everything, and click on either OK or understand clearly or not. Is it clear or not? You know, right, how to create all these things. Next one is in transform data, in model enter data, while you are using, how many options it will comes? In model, when you click on enter data, how many options it will be displayed? 3. What are those? Load, not transform data, edit option it will comes. Understand? In enter data, load, edit, and cancel options will come. Here, how many options? 2 options. What are those? OK and cancel. For enter data or any data source related also, 2 options, OK and cancel. Next one is data source settings. Okay, what is data source settings? That means whatever the data sets are available here, these data sets, from which data source it is coming, by seeing the data source settings, we can identify, we can tell you from which data source these tables are getting. Because in the data source setting, the paths are saved. What is that? Paths. What is the paths means? Whatever the data sets are available, these data sets is coming from which data set, that particular data source, in which location it is there, the location of the path it will shows there itself. Understand? In data source settings, the data, whatever the data we are getting, that data set related path, it will be saved in the data source settings. Understand clearly or not? See here, when you click on data source settings, see here. Okay, I'm using, these are the data sources. This data source is coming from this data source, in which location it is there. Under C, users, widget, download. This is the data set. And this is another data set. This is the path of that particular data source. And this is the path for another data source. Vijay, I have 4. How many data sets here? 4. But here, how many paths are available? 3. What about the other one? Why 3 only it is there? Because in one Excel, we have n number of sheets are there, right? Each sheet is having one data set, is or not? Suppose I'm connecting to this particular sheet. In the I'm connecting to this Excel. But from this Excel, I'm loading 2 sheets data. If it is 2 sheets data, if I load it into Power BI, how many data sets are created? How many data sets are created? You understand my question or not? Suppose I connected with this particular Excel. In this Excel, we have like 5 sheets are there. Okay, I'm selecting 2 in out of 5. I'm selecting 2 sheets. If 2 sheets I'm selecting, how many data sets are created in Power BI? 2. Okay, how many sheets you are selected, those many data sets are created. Understand clearly or not? That means, but it is pointing to one Excel only, right? This is correct. But under the Excel, there are different sheets are there. When we are loading those sheets, the same Excel only it will shows, but the sheets are different, two different data sets it will be there. That's the reason the count here it is like a different way. Understand it? When compared to here, don't compare it to this particular path and this particular data set, because in one path itself you are loading two data sets. Understand or not? That's the reason two data sets in one of the case it is available. That's the reason when compared to these paths, these are one data set is more it will be there. Understand clearly or not? Understand clearly or not? Huh? So you understand, right? Data sets and paths are, if it is not same means don't worry, because one particular path itself you are loading more than one data set. That's the reason for here it is only showing one path, but there itself showing a different data sets. Understand? So in this data source settings, we have two options: data sources in current file. Another one is global permission. What is that? Global permission. Data sources in current file and global permission. Data sources in current file means all the paths are saved here. I didn't understand, Vijay. Data sources in current file means with giving credentials, without giving credentials, paths are there here. Understand? That means, suppose, for example, when you connect with Excel, you are giving any credentials for that? Huh? When you are connecting with Excel, is it asking any credentials there? Directly we can connect it, right? So, but when you are connecting with SQL server, is it credentials it is asking? What credential it is? Server name is also a credential. Without server name, can we connect it? See, don't think like credentials are always username and password, not like that. Okay. If you connect with any data source related, if you want to connect it, if you want to load that particular data, you must go to that particular data source, right? If you want to go to the data source means whatever credentials you are given, those all we can call it as credentials. Whatever important points you are giving, those all we can call it as credentials. But when you are connecting to the SQL server, if you want to connect with the server means what you need to give must and should? Server name. Server name is also a credential. Without server name, can we connect to that particular server, SQL server? No, we cannot connect it. Understand clearly or not? So that means if you are connecting with any credentials related paths, if any credentials related paths or without credentials related path, all the paths are available under data source credentials. That means if you connect with any data source, those paths are available here itself. Whether you are connected by giving credentials or without giving credentials, all the paths are available under data sources in current file. But global permission is not like that. Whichever data source you are connected with the credentials related, those paths only it is available. Understand clearly? Let's see. If you go to the global permissions, see here, these are the data sources, must and should you need to connect it, right? But here I need to clear all these things. Here, see, when it comes to the data sources in current file, all the paths are saved. But in global permissions, nothing is available, because by Excel related, by giving credentials, we are connected to the Excels. No, right? That means if it is a credentials related, those paths only it is available. Without giving credentials, those paths are not available here itself. But in data source current file, all the paths are available. Let's see practical. I want to connect with SQL Server. Now see. This is a server name, right? I'm giving the server name and connect to any of the table. Just click on connect it. I want to load this particular table. This is an SQL Server table, right? The SQL Server related or credentials only related. So when you go to the data source settings, see here, that means even Excel's paths are available, even SQL Server paths are also available. But when you go to the global permission, what path is available in global permission? Only what is the credentials related path here? SQL Server. See here. Is it Excel is available in global permissions? No, because that is not the credentials related path, right? But in data source in current file, all the paths. Understand clearly or not? Is it clear? Next. So below that, you will have an option called clear permissions. In this clear permissions, like there are two options are there. Clear permissions, clear all permissions. How many options are there? Two options. What are those? Clear permissions and clear all permissions. So that means what is clear permissions and what is clear all permissions? Understand? What is clear permissions will do? That means whichever path you are selected, that path permissions means credentials will be removed. Understand or not? Whichever path you are selected, suppose I'm selected this path and click on clear permissions. When you click on clear permissions, after clear permission, you cannot see the data set, those related paths. Okay, that means you cannot see the data for that particular data sets. Understand? So for this particular path, what data set you are loaded, those related data set data, you cannot see it. Once you clear the permissions, you cannot see it. It is asking again, you want to connect to that particular data set again. Understand clearly? But Excel related permissions are there. But for Excel related Excel permissions are there? No. If you select any particular Excel and click on clear permissions, even if you clear the permissions also, you can see the data, because for Excel related permissions won't be there, right? See here. I can see that's one. Any Excel data, after clearing the permissions for Excel data also, you can see the data. But credentials related, that means, so whenever you are using clear permissions option, without having permissions related whatever paths are there, on those paths only you can apply the clear permissions. Understand or not? Whatever permissions related paths is there, though on those related only we can apply the clear permissions. Without having permissions related path, if you clear the permission, there is no use of it. After clearing the paths of that particular path, okay, you can see the data. But if I click on this one and clear the permissions, what will happen? See, it will clear the particular path, whichever you have selected, that path permissions will be cleared. See here, I'm selected SQL server path and click on clear permissions. Once you click on clear permissions, if you go to that particular data sets, then see what will happen. See, when you click on refresh, is the data showing here? No, it is asking again, edit credentials, because the permissions are cleared or not. Understand or not? What clear permissions means? Whichever path you are selected, only that particular path permission will be cleared. But don't select the Excel path and clear the permissions. Okay, because after clearing the permissions also, Excel path data you can see it. But for SQL server or any, not only SQL server, for any credentials related path, if you select it and clear the permissions, then again you cannot, after clearing the permissions, you cannot see the dataset data there itself. Understand clearly or not? Is it clear or not? Okay, you have to click on edit credentials. Again, you need to click on connect it. Then it will connect it. Again, the data will be loaded. Now you can see the data. How much time it has to be taken here? See, the data is showing or not? Understand clearly or not? So that means when you click on, when you select any particular path, if you want to clear only this particular path, then you have to use an option called clear permission. Understand? Okay. So this, what will happen? So whichever path you are selected, that path permissions only it is cleared. If you click on clear all permissions, what will happen? Whatever paths are available here, all the path permissions are cleared once at a time. Understand clearly or not? Whatever paths are available, all the path permissions are cleared once at a time. So whichever path you selected and that particular path permission only, if you want to clear it, you have to use an option called clear permission. Understand the difference between these two? Okay, but one more time I will tell you, like, don't select any Excel path and clear the permissions, because definitely you can see the data after clearing the permissions also. Understand clearly or not? Any doubts in this one? Next one, edit permissions. Edit permissions means sometimes what will happen when you are connecting with the organization SQL server. Okay, this is an organization SQL server. Suppose, for example, you are connecting with Windows authentication, right? But in the organization level, what they are connecting? SQL server authentication. If it is SQL server authentication, username and password must and should you need to give it or not? So here also, when these username and password in that particular data source, if the username and password is changed, here also you need to change that particular one. Otherwise, we cannot load the latest data from that particular data source. Because for the security reasons, every 6 months in the organization level, all the server passwords are changed. Sometimes username also it is changed due to the security reason. So whenever it is changed in that particular server, SQL server, here also you need to change it, must and should, by using an option called edit permission. Select the path first. Okay. Which path permissions you need to change it? You have to select that particular path and click on edit permissions. In the edit permissions, you will have an option called edit. In this edit option, so actually we are connecting with Windows authentication, right? For Windows authentication, username and password is required? No. But if you are using SQL Server authentication, must and should you need to select this one and give the username and password in here. If any username and password is changed, here also you need to change it here. Then only the latest data will come set. Otherwise, when you refresh that particular data set, what will happen? It is when you connect to that particular with the same credentials with username and password, it is not having that particular one. If it is changed, means you also need to change it here. Understand clearly or not? If any username, password, anything is changed for any particular path, means you have to select that particular path, click on edit permissions. In the edit permissions, click on edit. And here itself, you can change the credentials, username and password here also. Understand clearly or not? Understand? Okay. Next one is export PBIDs. That means whichever path you are selected. Suppose I'm selected this one. And export PBIDs. PBIDs full form is Power BI data set. That means if you want to download that particular data set into your local system, then we have to use export PBIDs. That means you have to select that particular path and click on export PBIDs. In this, whatever the path Excel is there, that Excel will be downloaded into your local system. Understand? See, it is asking where you want to save it. Suppose I want to save it in the desktop and select that one and click on save it. Then automatically that particular data will be downloaded into desktop. Suppose go to the desktop and where the data set is available. See, this is the data set. Suppose when you open, see this data set is, so don't think like it is downloaded in the Excel format. No. In Power BI dataset format, it is downloaded. Understand or not? PBIDs means Power BI dataset only, right? In this format only it is downloaded. When you open that particular file, this Power BI dataset file, it automatically connected with that particular data source. It automatically connected with that Excel and show the data here. Understand? See here. See, I'm not doing anything. Once the Power BI file is open, it automatically it will connect to that particular Excel. See, It is connected with Excel or not? Okay. So which data set you want it? You can select that one and load the data. That's it. Understand or not? This is called as export PBIDs. Okay. What is export PBIDs? Power BI. That means whichever path you selected, that path data set will be downloaded into your logs. Export means download. Remember. Understand clearly or not? Next one is change source. Take the note. Next one is change source. What is change source will do? Means suppose if the location of this Excel file is changed, here also you need to change it or not. Suppose let's see practically where it is. This file is there in downloads, right? So if I go to the download, this is a file, right? Suppose this file is changed from this location, okay, from this location to desktop location. See, now it is changed when it comes to the Power BI. Okay, suppose for example, see what data set it is. Suppose for example, yeah, see here, when you click on refresh this particular data set, immediately it will throws an error or not? Because whenever you are loading the data again, okay, in that particular data source, it will check in that particular data path itself, is that particular data source is available or not? Is that in this location itself, is that Excel will be there? Huh? No, it is not there. It is changed, right? So whenever the source is changed, that means from one location to another location, it is changed. If it is changed in Power BI also, you need to change it. Must and should. Understand clearly or not? Very, very important point. What is that point? Like, suppose if the source is changed in Power BI also, you need to change it. Automatically, if the source is changed in data in Power BI, it automatically won't change it. Okay, you have to manually change the path of that particular. See, now I'm changing the path of this one. Where is the path it is available? So for changing that, which path you want to change it, that you need to select it and click on change source. Select that particular path first. Understand? Don't see by default. Sometimes if your path is in third position, you have to select it. Otherwise, what will happen? By default, first path it is selected. You don't want to change the first path, right? In which related path you want to change it, that you have to select it and click on change source. Okay, and click on browse. In which location that file is available? There or not? Click on this one. Now click on refresh it. After connecting that, immediately it won't come. It won't solve the error. Just you need to refresh it. Getting or not? Getting or not? Understand? Same here also. See, disconnected. Understand or not? So if the source location is changed, if the source location is changed, must and should you need to save you need to change that location in Power BI side also. Understand? Okay. So see here. Now I change the location again to download. Then see again orders. When you click on this one, click on refresh. Again, it will throws an error. Then what you have to do? Click on data source settings, and which path you need to select it. Which path? First path you need to select it, man. Which path you need to select it? This is the one. From this Excel only we are getting a data, right? And click on. Understand clearly or not? This is how the data source settings. Anyone having any doubt? See, don't worry, in global permissions also same options will be there. What options are available? Same options here also it is. Same thing there also we can apply it. Understand? You know, change source setting, change source and export PBADs, edit permissions and clear permissions. Anyone having any doubts in this one? Global. Yeah. In global. Once you clear in data source setting, data sources in current file means it is also cleared in global permissions. Understand clearly? Next one is manage parameter. What is manage parameter? Suppose, for example, if you want to clear, that means if what is a parameter? Parameter is nothing but a runtime execution is called as parameter. Runtime executions is called as parameter. Understand or not? Runtime execution is called as parameter. Understand? Runtime execution is called as parameter. That means at the time of running a report, you want to pass a value. Based on that value, data will be displayed in that particular one. In those cases, by using parameters, we can increase the performance of the report. Understand or not? That's the reason we have to use parameters. Understand clearly or not? Understand clearly or not? Suppose, for example, so how many ways we can create a parameter? There are two ways we need to create a parameter. To create a parameter. One is, what is the first one? Filtering column values. Another one is changing environment. Understand or not? Understand or not? Filtering a column values means I will show you. Suppose, for example, see here. So if you want to filter column values means in transform data, you need to go for each and every column, there is a drop down is there. That this same thing we discussed in the data view or not? In the model, there is a data view. Under this, for each and every column, there is a drop down is there. You will have a sort, ascending, descending, filtering the values, everything. There also we can do it, right? Here also we can do it. Suppose if you want to filter any column value, just you need to click on drop down and select it. Suppose, for example, I want to see enterprise one. Then you can select enterprise. Enterprise related data only we can display it here. Understand clearly or not? Is it clear or not? Okay, this is one way of filtering. By using parameter also we can filter the values. Like see, suppose for example, I want to filter by creating a parameter, I want to filter the column values using parameter value. Okay. By using parameter, I can filter it. If you want to filter it means directly you can filter the value and click on OK. Understand? You can see that button. And in another way also we can filter it. By using parameter also we can filter the values. Then see how we can filter it by using parameter. So how we can create the parameter? That means go to the manage parameter. You will see an option called new parameter. Click on this one. And here, what is the parameter name? Like country filter, country underscore filter. Okay. And the type is, see, type means what is type? That means in that particular parameter, what type of value you need to pass? Character value you are passing in that particular one, or numeric value, or a decimal value, or a date value, that you have to select that particular data type here. See here, in that particular parameter, what value you need to store? Character related value, or a decimal value, or a numeric value, or a date value. What value you need to pass it? That data type must and should you need to pass. But better to choose any. Any will support any type of data, it will allows it. Understand? By default, this is the option, it will be there. Don't change this type. Understand? Next one is, there are different suggested values are there. Any value, or any value means only single value in the parameter, it will allows it. Understand? We can pass single value in the parameter. If it is list of values means multiple values we can pass it. If it is query related, that means from the data source you want to get it, that then you have to use query. Understand? First we need to discuss about any value. Any means any value means it will allows only one value. Understand or not? Here, what in this particular current value text box, you have to give manually what value you need to store it in that particular variable. Suppose I'm giving Canada. I'm giving Canada. See. That means in this parameter, what value is available? Canada is available. That means in this particular text box, what value you are given, this value is stored under this parameter. Understand or not? See here, click on OK. Now the parameter, what is the parameter name? That the parameter name it is created. Parameter is look like this. Okay. Once the parameter is created, under that particular parameter, what value it is stored? Canada. Because you are giving that the same value, right? If you want to modify this value, go to that particular manage parameter and see if you want to change anything. If I want to change the name, or else I want to change the suggested value to some other value, then you have to click on manage parameter. Again, that particular window will open it. You can change it, anything is required. Understand or not? In the current value, what value is passing? This particular value, it is stored in that particular parameter. This parameter value, I need to map in the column values. Understand or not? See, so after creating a parameter, you have to map this parameter to the column values. And to which data set column values you need to map? Go to that particular data set. To which column you want to map that particular parameter? Go to that particular column and click on this drop down, and you will have an option called text filters. Understand? So So in text filters, we have different operators will be there, like equals, does not equals, begins with, does not begins with, ends with, does not ends with, like there are different operators will be there. Okay, whichever operator, suppose I want to choose equals operator. In this equals operator, so here you need to select, instead of ABC, you need to select the parameter. Okay, so what parameter name that is? Column country underscore filter, right? So click on OK. Now, what values are filtered here? Canada only. Because in the parameter, what value is there? Canada is there. Canada values only you can see in that particular column. Understand or not? So once you create a parameter, after that, how you can map it to that particular column? You will see, go to that particular data set, go to that particular column, click on this drop down, you will see an option text filters and select an operator and click on that operator, and after that you have to select a parameter, and here you need to select the parameter name. But only one parameter is there. That's the reason it automatically selected. But if you have more than one parameter, you have to select manually here that parameter name. Name you have to select it and click on OK. Understand or not? Suppose Vijay, if I changed in the parameter value, suppose I'm changing the parameter value to some other. Here itself, you can select the parameter, and in this text box itself, you can change the value of the parameter. Suppose, for example, Mexico. I'm giving like this. What is that? Mexico. If I'm giving Mexico, what will happen? That means again, I need to go to that particular data set, go to that particular column. Again, this value, I need to map it. No. For the first time parameter value, for the first time only, you have to map it to that column. Next time onwards, if you are changing any value in the parameter, automatically that particular value is filtered in that particular column itself. Understand clearly? Let's see. Go to the financial data. Which column value it is filtered? See, we are changing anything here? No. For the first time only you have to map it. Next time onwards, always if you are changing anything in the parameter, automatically reflected to that particular column. See here. Suppose I'm giving different one, like say, go to that particular data set. Understand clearly or not? Is it clear or not? That means in this is what we can call it as filtering the column value parameter. Next one is changing the parameter. So that means how you can change the parameter. That means changing environment, not parameter. Changing what is environment, that we can discuss in tomorrow's class. Is it clear? Any doubts in this one? Tomorrow we can discuss about this one. Understand? Changing environment. This Saturday also class will be there. I told you, right? This Saturday, same times the class will be there. The student should each and every one need to attend it. Understand clearly or not? Okay. So we can stop it here. We'll continue tomorrow. Understand? Anyone having any doubts, online team? Online team. So we can stop it here. We'll continue. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me, Shay.
You can unmute and
Vijay,
yeah.
are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. I'm a little bit confused this filtering Coleman values in the last part. If you don't mind, can you repeat tomorrow?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Thanks.
Yeah. You can remember me tomorrow so that I can explain. So we can stop it here. We'll continue. Okay. Bye, guys.